Hello, subscribers, patrons, family, fans, followers, supporters, and generally anybody who happens to stumble across my videos. This is Johnston Blackhorse, and I welcome you to another suggestion art stream. First off, let me give a little update. Earlier today, I was complaining about a toothache, and thankfully, I don't know what it is about my pain receptors, but every time, I remember when my filling first came out, and the inner workings of the fixture of my filling were exposed to the air and the saliva. Like it was just so much intense pain. But then after a day, all that pain subsided, and then I was able to eat normally and drink normally again. And I just didn't pay it any never mind. I still planned to get it fixed, but then fucking lo and behold, the federal government threw me back in prison for 6 months over a matter of my drawings. But the pain had subsided, and um, didn't think it was that much of an issue. So eventually, I figured I'd get it taken care of sometime once I had the available funds or the available dental plan. But I was unable to do that. But again, it's like a similar event like today. Like I said, like last night. Um, Something had happened, I guess more of my tooth chipped away, and that made had more exposure to the air and saliva, and it was just in constant pain. But then as the day rolled on, it's the pain's no longer there. So but I did schedule some time tomorrow to go to a dentist, and I'm gonna go get some x-rays and probably just go ahead and have this tooth extracted, because like I said, it's just going to get worse from here on out because it keeps deteriorating in my skull. So in order to avoid tooth pain, which is the worst type of pain, I might just go ahead and get it extracted. But it's just weird how I don't know if it's like a common thing, but each time I get this pain in my tooth, it just eventually subsides. But anyway, that's a little update on that situation. I'm not in a bunch of pain as I was earlier today, but I did set a schedule to go see a dentist tomorrow. Going to get some X-rays and then more than likely get this tooth extracted. So that's where I'm at. So just that's just a little update. Oh, and another update, furthermore, is that the probation people who went to my parents' residence over on the reservation, they looked it over, and it seemed pretty questionable because I still have underage siblings, two of them, and even though my sex offense wasn't a hands-on sex offense, and I have no history of sexual assault or harming my loved ones or anything like that, there's still certain restrictions that bar me from just visiting with close friends or like family members, like my siblings. So there's probably some documentation that has to be signed and cleared or whatever. But I guess my parents can get me a mobile home or something of that nature for free, because we're Native Americans and that's pretty much their property. So I can get a house or a place of residence from the I guess the reservation at no cost. But I don't know how long or how quick that process can be. But anyway, the probation office officials, they went there, they reviewed the place, and my brother says that he feels like it seems pretty positive. So it's going to take some time for that probation office to get in contact with the probation office here, and I'm probably going to hear about that maybe sometime later this week. So that's just a little update on that. But my brother feels very hopeful, so I'm hoping for some good news. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. And there's Rui Hashino. She's got a little pensive face. Yes, I'm hoping for some good news. But we shall see. Trying to get my Photoshop up and running again. There we go. Okay, the character I will be drawing this time around, let me go into my reference folder, is a character that I guess comes from Finland. Is a character called Little My Moomin. And this is the next character on the request sheet, or the request list. So I'm going to pull her in here, probably like just put her off to the corner. Hey, there's Cal Larkin. Cal Larkin says, yo, he's waving. And Ryashina says, Little Mai from the Moomins. Yep. I can't remember who suggested this character. It looked pretty interesting, so I looked up the. I did a Google search, and why is this not working? There we go. And I watched a little bit of an episode of the Little Moomins, and it's a pretty well animated episode, or like a cartoon. And I don't think we ever got it here in the States, but it looked pretty cute and charming. So, since I'm going to be somewhat looting this character, let me switch my avatar out. Okay, I'm gonna start roughing out a pose. Oh, that's my eraser. Don't judge me. I'm gonna switch out my brush. This is like a brush I've been playing around with lately, and this is the same type of brush that I utilize to animate Skullgirls when I worked for Reverge Labs as a what's the word, contractor. I was commissioned to, as well as like a lot of artists, animate on that. And this was the basic brush that they used. It's like a kind of like a flattened brush. Let me just pull it up again. Come on. Jeez, my Photoshop is having issues. But like, yeah, as you can see there, this is like the basic like brush shape and angle that was used to animate Skullgirls. So I've been playing around with that lately, and it's just pretty neat brush. But I keep it like really tiny, but it gives me like these really fine lines if my opacity is all the way up. Jeez. Excuse me. No, what is up with my Photoshop? It's just running so slow right now. There we go. Oh, I'm wondering if I should turn my camera on just so you can see me drawing right here on the thing as I draw rough in the pose. Take a little bit to catch up, but we'll just keep going because eventually Photoshop will stop lagging and catch up to the sketch. There we go. Neat. Hmm. Yeah, for this character, I had like a sitting pose in mind. Might reposition the legs though, or we might just keep it like this. I don't know. Just kind of doodling this pose because it's like the pose I was just kind of. I see this character and just kind of like thinking like this is like the first pose that came to mind, so I'm just gonna run with it. I might tweak the position of the legs, but if they come out looking okay in this position, I might just keep the legs as they are. I was feeling like a little sick earlier today. I think it might have been due to like these undercooked fish fillet sandwiches that I made for myself. Probably didn't reheat the fish fillet all the way through. Oh, there's my brother. What's up, Dylan? Just got done informing the people of the update that the probation office in Utah reviewed mom and dad's place for me to move in. And I'm hoping to hear back from my probation officer here and see what the next step is in the process. She might have me send mom and dad some documentation to have them sign. To get approval that I can be around our younger siblings just so long as either mom and dad or you are around. But we'll see what that process is. But it'd be nice to like if you guys could get like a mobile home really quick and then just plop it right there next to mom and dad's place. How if that were the case, like how fast would mom and dad be able to get like a small mobile home like that and just set it up right there, right next to their house? I'm experiencing a lot of lag right now. Oh, sweet. So if need be, my brother says that they can probably either within a couple of days or no, not a couple of days, a few days, or maybe a couple of weeks, I can have my own residence right next to my parents' place as a mobile home just set up right next door. So then I can just get that approval to just move back to the res. I'm looking forward to cold reservation winters, just all bundled up, and getting out there in the morning and chopping firewood. Going on afternoon dirt road desert runs, get some exercise. Because if I get approval to go down there, shoot, I'm coming home this month. That'd be hella badass. Then I can get my overdue peyote ceremony finished. Like, I'm several years past due on that. Kind of lightly erase this. I think I'm okay with her, the position of her legs. Might just need some small adjustments. Oh, wow. It's getting really windy out there. I was thinking about going on a walk earlier to just enjoy some of the wind, but if it's getting that windy, I don't know. The last time I was outside when it was like freaking crazy windy, I almost had a tree fall on top of me. I already told that story in one of my streams. It was freaking nuts. My little brother says it's windy over where they're at too. Well, at least you guys aren't living in a trailer anymore. Man, that's where my phobia of the wind comes from like living in a trailer, like growing up as a kid. And then when it would get crazy windy, like the trailer just rocking back and forth, and I was so scared that like freaking a huge gust of wind would just topple the trailer over, which it almost did one time. I was inside the trailer and like fucking started getting crazy windy. I look outside the front door window and all I see is this wall of dust because like it was like a friggin' huge dust devil. And I was thinking like at that time I was thinking like this dust devil is like, almost as big as a tornado. And just as I thought that, I felt like the trailer just like lift up like a few inches, and then just everything just kind of like settled back down. So like everything lifted up, shifted, and like settled back down. And the first thing I thought of, it wasn't like for my safety or like the integrity of the trailer, but it was for the TV. And all I could think of is like, no, the TV. And then when everything settled back down, the TV slid to the edge of the TV stand that it was on. And it was one of those big, heavy ass TVs with a huge back, and it slid right to the edge. And I was afraid it was gonna like just fall over and crash on the floor and just friggin' break the screen or something. But no, it just nudged all the way to the edge. It was like, oh, whew. But yeah, like the whole trailer got lifted up and then pushed back like a few inches, but that was like enough for the trailer to get lifted off its like cinder block supports, or not cinder blocks. We used what did we use? I think we used railroad ties or something, but it got lifted off its supports and then sat back down straight on the ground. And the reason we had it lifted up on these supports was so that if we ever needed to move the trailer again, we could just like pop the wheels back on and then just like move it. Because when you settle the trailer down, you take the wheels off and whatever because they're just useless there. But with this huge like a dust storm and this dust devil that just picked the whole trailer up straight off its supports and settled it back down just like a few inches like away from the supports themselves. And it was pretty freaky at the time, but after that happened, I wasn't as paranoid of the wind as I was before, because I had lived through the worst of my fears in a sense, and I doubted that the wind would ever get that strong again. But yeah, like growing up, I had just a certain paranoia of the wind, just knocking over the live-in structure that I resided in. It's pretty crazy. My little brother's like that and his 64. LOL. Yes, I had a Nintendo 64. Oh my god, I love that thing. Kel Larkin says, "Lol, JB's priorities are in order." Yeah, like my my humble abode is all could have most likely have been like getting picked up and tossed by a tornado, but all I could think of was, "Oh no, the TV." Which reminds me of another scenario where my priorities were in order, and this took place in college. And I stayed in a college dorm, and everything was like a 2 year college. And one of the rules is that you're not allowed to sneak out food from the mess hall. I don't know why that rule was, but I snuck out this slice of cake, and I kept this like a piece of cake in my pocket for I don't know how long. Like I couldn't get back to my dorm room for a while, so I had this piece of chocolate cake in my pocket for the majority of like I don't know how long, like why it was taking me so long to get back to my dorm room. But then I wanted to go back to the cafeteria to because like in the cafeteria hallway leading up to the cafeteria doors there were these snack machines, and I wanted to get myself a snack or a soda from the snack machines. But before you get there, you have to run up these stairs. So as I'm running up these stairs to go get myself a extra snack or a soda, like I fall up the rest of the stairs. And again, like my thoughts weren't for my well-being. They weren't for any like possible injuries I could have suffered from falling up the rest of the stairs. All I could think was, "Oh no, my cake!" And I think I even shouted it too. Yep, priorities. I has them. Not sure what kind of shoes they are. These are, but I'm guessing they're some sort of boots, like square-toed type of boots. I best put some garments on her, eh? And of course, I got to have that bow in there. Sounds like the wind died down. do what I can to capture this expression. That looks about right. Come on, Photoshop. Damn it, Photoshop. Ah, jeez. Okay, you done wigging out? Good. Gonna throw in some little hair strands on the sides too. Why not? Try to make this little sketch as tight as possible. Try to avoid any guesswork. I'm wondering if I should just keep her in this type of attire or just do something more similar to her actual costume here. This frock or whatever it is. I don't know. What do you guys think? Ideas, thoughts, opinions? Really short dress to her belly button. Okay. Any other thoughts? Or should I just go ahead and do that? Just kind of rough in what that would look like. Maybe I should rough it in with a red color. Just so we can all seize, get an impression of how that would appear. Guess I can keep the sleeves too. More flared out. Yeah, I guess it would mimic the actual dress on the side here. Yeah, I think that works. Let's bring these boots up a little higher. Socks here. These boots were made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Are you ready, boots? Well, start walking. Do 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 do. Put some heels on them boots. Some scuff marks too. Whoops. How did that happen? I assume this dress has some sort of collar, so we'll just throw one in. And let's make that bow a little bigger. Just for because big bows are cute. Well, if I might be going back to the res here pretty soon, I better use the rest of my coupons and everything. Yeah, yeah. All right. So I think this would be a good base for this drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and enlarge it to take up more of the canvas. Take up more of the canvas. So let's go ahead. Damn it. Guess we can start jumping into the inking process. Increase the size by 150. DPI. Get the inking brush. I'm going to use this hard one again. Mess with the angles. Flatten the brush. Tweak the angle. There we go. And wait for Photoshop to catch up. Come on, ketchup. Oh, oh, that is set. Okay. Ah, geez, this is gonna drive me crazy. I better just let's see. Where's my scraps folder? Projects, scraps. Um, Suggestion, art. Um, Little my Moomin. Oh, I guess it's spelled little. Well, I've seen it spelled both ways. So save. I'm gonna relaunch Photoshop because it's just bogging down right now. Christina Petrov says those are lots of draws. Thank you. I draw a lot. Save changes to the Adobe Photoshop document. Yes. Collage to. Yes. Save. I better save that. Otherwise, Ruri Hashino is going to kill me. Do. Okay. Whoops. Oh, why am I opening that? Just, oh, wait. Do that in here. Excuse me. Waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Here we go. Are we lagging a bit? There we are. Whoops. Let's see if that runs a little better. Still kind of laggy. Maybe I'm better off using, okay. Why is this so laggy right now? Oh, God. It's awful. This new smoothing tool in Photoshop Creative Cloud is just so freaking nice. Freaking nice. So how are we all doing tonight? Anything specific someone wants to discuss? Hmm. I think I've talked about everything that I wanted to cover beginning of this video. Callocken says doing okay, I guess. That's cool. You guess. Feeling a little down there, Callocken? Whoops. Callocken says, been trying to work on my professional portfolio to try to get into game design, but I've seen some disheartening seminars and realities given from people on the inside. Oh man, ouch. I know it's a daunting task, but have you considered making your own game? Starting off real simple too, just like nothing too in depth. Maybe like a little animated puzzle game or something. Um, Callargan says, I'm an artist. The type of game that I want to be part of is bigger than me. I don't know code. Ah, yeah. Code's the tricky part. Nor have I chosen a game engine to specialize in. Damn it. My college blowed. Mine too. Past tense, the college is dead. Mine too. All the after-graduates' promises are thrown to the wayside. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the after graduation's promises are thrown to the wayside. Yeah. It was the same thing with my college. It's like if I had just waited a couple years on the res for technology to catch up, I never would have had to throw myself in all the debt that I did to teach myself how to animate. Because if I had just waited for technology to catch up, I could have gotten myself my own computer, probably found a ripped copy or something of Photoshop or some sort of design tool, and started drawing, posting, and animating from home. And jump into the commission game and everything, and hell, maybe like a lot of my issues wouldn't be what they are now. Let's see. Like job placement, they literally tried to get me a job at FedEx, Kinko's. Yeah, like that's what a lot of those fly-by-night colleges do. Freaking, they just try to get you mediocre jobs just to somewhat fill that promise. Thinking that it's what I studied for. Yeah, I never would have gone to school for game design. I would learn on my own. Totes. Roberto Calderon says, Yo, Blackhorse, what are you drawing today? I am drawing Little My Moomin. Do, do, do. Come on. This character. That is what I'm drawing right now. I'm out of drink. Oh, sweet. You found your glasses. That's awesome. Good for you. Yes. That is one positive thing to happen to you today, or whenever it did happen. Let's see. What kind of underoos should these be? I'm thinking of like maybe something of like a frilly design. Get some frillies in there. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you want somebody to love? You'd better find somebody to love. Love. Yeah, everybody loves frillies. Frillies are key. Why hasn't South Park made any new episodes lately? I feel like I've been waiting for a while. Hmm. Hmm. How's everyone else doing tonight? Don't know. Where'd everyone else go? Everyone's quiet. Probably doing their own thing as they just have me on in the background. Background noise. They can produce those EPS quickly, so I don't know what's keeping them. Oh yeah, like the whole South Park thing. Yeah, just their production time is usually like a week from concept to final product. Like freaking insane. Hmm. Trying to think. Maybe uninspired, perhaps. Like I think after South Park ripped themselves into a corner after the last election, when the unexpected happens with Trump winning the election, I think they've been suffering here and there. with their with their ability to stay current. Nowadays, it's like friggin' there's just so much to make fun of and it's coming at such a rapid pace. How do you stay topical in 1 week when in that 1 week just a whole bunch of crazy shit happens? Yeah, hard to keep up. Memes live and die fast. Let's see. Oh, another bit of news. Wait, maybe they're going to pull it back and make it so that it's not so referential to pop culture or current events. Yeah, maybe they're kind of going on a slight hiatus to rethink their format, perhaps. Pretty sure they're going to keep it similar to what they're doing, but maybe rethinking like how they go about things. But then that's what South Park has always, well, has been for just so long. Is just that makes fun of current pop culture and, and all that all that jazz. But got another bit of news. I finished my presidential speech and recorded it. Now I just got a storyboard and edit it all together. Well, storyboard and animate it. Probably not going to get too detailed with these laces. Drawing laces is just so tedious. I think as long as you get the idea that the laces, that's good enough. Otherwise, we're going to be here all night with me just drawing shoelaces. Nobody wants to see that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Whoops. Damn it. No. No. Popcorn popping on an apricot tree. Looked outside and to my surprise, popcorn popping right before my eyes. One banana, two banana, three banana, four. Four bananas make a bunch of soda, many more. Come on now. Let's increase the smoothing by a little bit. Come on, man. Jeebus Crunch cereal. Let's go. Ah, son of a gun. What the frick, dude? Come on, man. Stop messing around. Okay, how do I have these? Oh, doesn't matter. Usually I'm pretty picky when it comes to drawing shoelaces. Like depending on which side it is, it's like when lacing shoes or drawing the lacings of shoes, it's like on the left side, like the shoelace, which um, how do I explain it? The if the shoelace is going, if it's on the left side, the shoelace going left will overlap the shoelace that's going right. And then on the right side, the shoelace going right will overlap the shoelace going left. That's just how I lace my shoes, and that's how I draw the shoelaces on my characters. But since these shoelaces are just going to be straight black, I don't have to keep that order. Sometimes I'm a little bit OCD when it comes to those details. Okay. Shadow State says, reminds me of boot camp shoelace rules. Oh, wow. Those actual rules they have in boot camp, I had no idea. That's just how I felt like when doing my own shoelaces, like when I started doing up my own shoelaces a long time ago. That's just how I felt personally. It was like there must be a certain order of how these shoelaces go, and I decided they go like this. I don't think I'll draw the rest of that hand. I like sure the sketch might have the hand in there, but looking at the angle, like you wouldn't be able to see that hand from this angle. So yeah, I'm not going to draw it. Come on. Here we go. Sweet. Shadow State says everything had to be uniform. Everyone had to do the same thing. Every petty rule in boot camp was to teach you to pay attention to rules and details. That sounds awful. There we go. Well, pretty much done with the sketch. I'm probably gonna go ahead and clean the drawing up again, like do some red line corrections, and then redraw and re-ink it on a later date. But for right now, I guess that'll do it for this stream. And I think see like a issue with the boots. Ah, well, hell. But yeah, I'll upload this video once it becomes once I make those adjustments and whatever. So hope y'all enjoyed this suggestion art stream, and let me get back to my face here. Hey, there I am. So I hope you all enjoyed this suggestion art stream, and I can't remember who suggested it, but working down that list, and it's a pretty extensive list. So the next suggestion art stream, I'll be drawing characters from a cartoon called Camp Camp. Never seen it myself, but the character designs and characters look pretty interesting. So there are a couple suggested characters from Camp Camp. So I'm just going to go ahead and do like a just draw the two of them together. And yeah, and that's it for the stream. If you want to support the creation of more videos and art content from me, I do have a Patreon page. If Patreon's not your thing, I also have a GoFundMe account, and I have various art. Um, I have various. Uh, sites at art forums such as DeviantArt, Furfinny, Ink Bunny, and Pixiv. All those links are found in the description section below. And a lot of that free artwork that you see there, the high resolution versions are available for download on my Patreon. So that's a little more incentive to become a Patreon patron. And when you do become a patron, you get access to my Patreon Discord server, and there, like, I'll post updates and sketches that sometimes I don't even release because, like, just never had the time to. But yeah, um, you also get to throw in like your 2 cents or your suggestion on my suggestion text thread. So again, that's a little more incentive to do so. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, leave a comment, share this video, and why not subscribe and ring that notification bell, because I'm making video content on a weekly basis, or I try to anyway. But yeah, so thanks to all those who also participated in the chat. It's always awesome interacting with all of you. Rui Hashino, Cal Larkin, my brother Dylan Lansing, Christina Petrov dropped by. Thanks for swinging in. Roberto Calderon, glad to see you here again. And Shadow State. So thanks to all those who participate in chat. It's always awesome to have that somewhat social interaction as I'm drawing and sketching and just like just shooting the shit and everything. But anyway, until next stream, I shall check y'all later. Sweet. Bye. Where's my mouse? There it is.